Businesses and Hobbies has been out quite a while right now, and we actually haven't deep dive to the new world called Nordhaven. So in today's video we're gonna figure out who the NPCs are, what the world is, and so on. So remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and let's just start. So here we are having Nordhaven, and its description says that this northern coastal city is known for its thriving, independent local businesses and enhancing beauty of its cold seasons. Take a walk through the historic views of Cammelwick with its goblet streets, classic architecture and picturesque canals. Or hop onto the train Iverstad and explore how the locals are reinventing the industrial city center. Whether you seek to make your business flourish or just want to practice your hobbies with a cozy community, you will always find an opportunity here. So yeah, we basically already know that here is the Cammelwick and here is the Iverstad. There is two different neighborhoods. And here we are having 4 different households with the NPCs, and I think we're gonna figure out their lore. So first, let's start with the Cammelwick, and here we are having Loden. I don't know how to pronounce their names. And it says that since Cammelwick's founding, there's always been a coffee bean cafe, and it's always had the Lodens behind it. When it was her turn to run the business, Nora stepped in happily, but who will step in after her? Nora's daughter, Freya, never had much interest in inheriting the cafe, much preferring her deep love for dancing. Meanwhile, the younger son, Eric, shows a lot more aptitude for crafting with clays and painting than he does business. Now, Nora's feeling pressure to not disappoint the legacy of her late father and the many Lodens before him, even despite reassurance from her mama, Hattie. Thankfully, she has her wife Dahlia there to support her and provide an escape or two through her critically acclaimed romance novels. So okay, interesting thoughts. So basically the main idea or the main plot here is that the matriarch is willing to pass on the business and doesn't know who's gonna inherit it because none of the heirs maybe don't want it or aren't really interested about it. So here is Hattie, the grandma, and here is Nora and Dahlia, who's her partner, I think. Okay, let's see the relationship panel in here. Oh wait, oh no, Dahlia's having lots of conflicts with the Bruno and with the Felix, with the Hoffmans. And okay, they are partners. Oh, they are married. That's cool, that's cool. And then here is Nora, and let's see the family tree over here. So Eric and Freya are both their children, which is really nice. I like it. And let's see. Oh wait, grandma is also having negative relationship with the Bruno, with the Felix. This is really interesting. But besides that, she is having great relationship with her family, especially with her daughter. And yeah, they are also having great relationships, so there isn't any drama in their family. But this is so interesting, what is going on, why they are having bad relationship with the Hoffmans. Let's open the profile and see. Betrayed business partner. Huh? But I'm loving that you can have sentiment about that. I didn't know about this. And yeah, same goes with the Felix. We really need to figure out what has happened between them. But I want to show you just one more thing, that this is really interesting, that Nora and Dahlia is having a little romance bar in here. So maybe their marriage isn't going so well after all, even though they are having positive vibes in there. But that is so interesting that there is maybe some distance between them. And let's see, Dahlia is unemployed and Dahlia is having this small business, and besides that, she's writing, she's freelance writer, which is pretty interesting. that she's having small business, coffee shop, and then this. And then Nora is also here. So Dahlia is part-time employee at the Coffee Boon, and the Nora is the owner in there. That's nice. Freya is at high school and Eric is at school. Now I get it. But let's hop to the Hoffmans, because this is really interesting what has happened between them. The Hoffmans aren't in the world, so they're at the gallery, and it says, for generations the Hoffmans candy stall was the staple for all kids in Nordhaven. Yet, with his wife's passing and all of his children long moved out, everyone thought that even the tireless Bruno Hoffman would end up selling his business and retire. What Bruno certainly didn't expect was his grandson Felix, of all people, to volunteer to take up the family's candy-making legacy. Life is looking up for this unlikely duo as long as they manage to steer clear of any more fights with the Lodens. So they have betrayed Lodens. Okay, let's go in here and place them and let's see what they are saying. Well, this is awkward. There is no information about who they are at the family tree, but the Felix, yes, he's unemployed, and also Bruno is. What? So maybe the lore is that because the Lodens family description is saying that there's always been Coffee Boon Cafe, so maybe there's been like candy shop aside with that, and that way there's been some kind of drama because Eric is having negative relationship to all the Lodens, and also the Felix is having, so I think there is some kind of betrayal with the businesses, as they said. But I don't know, I'm feeling like there should be like candy shop, like pre-made in this world, and that way there should be more story in the game, but there isn't, so this is like the the last bits of that lore. But I think there is some kind of fraud with the Coffee Boon Cafe. Maybe they were co-owners with them, I don't know, but that would make sense, because why would they else be mad? Yeah, they're also saying that they are having angry sentiment because they betrayed business partners. So maybe that's with them, with the Hoffman. But this is really interesting. I didn't know about that. It would be so cool if there is some kind of like family drama with the Bruno and with the Grandma Hattie. Maybe little child outside from the marriage or something like that. But yeah, let's continue. So next one we are having Koopman shop or Koopman family, who is having this terracotta business in here, and in the description it says, for decades the beautifully fired ceramics of the Koopman family have been a staple in Nordhaven, but when Gert took over the family shop in his youth, he wasn't confident he could run it all on his own. That is until he met Yolanda. It was love at first glance, and together the terracotta grew more successful than ever. Yet things can change with time. After many years of marriage, including the daughter who has moved out to the university, Yolanda and Gert are not seeing eye to eye as much as they used to. Oh, this is so sad. Much of their time is spent apart while she looks after the main shop. He often handles the stalls at the local markets, where he's been noticed as particularly friendly with some of the clientele. What? According to the gossip, can this couple reignite their passion, or is it love broken beyond repair? So I'm really loving that you have elder couple in here, and there is like this romance storyline going on with them, because we don't have very much them in the game. But yeah, here we are. Here is their house. I think it's look beautiful. I'm loving it that you can have the shop in underground or at the first floor, and here is the second floor where they live. And wait, oh, it's just a new aspiration. But here is Yolanda, and let's see who their daughter is. Oh yeah, well, she isn't mentioned in the family tree. Well, that's sad. Oh, why they are doing that? Is it because if you need to have like university expansion pack so they could put it in there? But oh well, that is so sad. But here they are, and their relationship is a little bit low in here, which makes perfect sense because they don't have time to each other. And well, I don't know if there is much about that, but this is really interesting that Gert has inherited the business and Yolanda is still the business owner in here, and I don't know how that goes, but let's go to the family. Yeah, there is only their relationship, and let's open profile. Yeah, there isn't anything, there is just that they are, well, unknown satisfaction, okay. And then there is Gert, and I wanna see, okay, they mentioned that Gert is having some kind of fling, maybe, at the market stall, but there isn't anything in here. He isn't having so much relationships or new known Sims in here, and he isn't having any friends in here, so okay. So I think the main plot line here is to figure out should they be together, what happens to the business, and who's gonna inherit the business, or is it going to inherit, because it would make sense if there is like one NPC sim more that the daughter is in here, even though you're not having the university expansion pack, but still it would make more sense and it would be more fun to have family drama if there is the next generation in here. Yes, it really says that Gert has inherited the business, so it would make more sense if the Gert is like the business owner in there and the Yolanda would be like employee in there, but I don't know. It says that Gert is friendly with some of the clientele, so I think there isn't fling going on, but it would be kind of fun that there is, and it will be more dramatic that way. But let's move on to the Sarbong family in here, who is having this tattoo shop, and their description says, after years of apprenticeship with a pair of underground tattoo artists, Nia moved back to Nordhaven to pursue the dream of opening her own tattoo studio in the city where she grew up. But on top of the new set of skills and business ambitions, she also came back with a child, her daughter. Oh, interesting. So she has born before they moved in here. Interesting. Her daughter was just thrilled to move back to a new place, hoping to get the highest room and be even closer to the constellations she loves studying. Oh, she's artistic too. This is the beginning of a new chapter in Nia's life as she begins to wonder what will be more challenging, being a single parent or starting her own business. Okay, the main theme here is fresh start with both of the Sims, and I'm really loving that there's like this community going on in here, and then there's like what is happening in here, and then there's like this someone who comes back from the past. But it would be more fun if there is like lore in there, like relationships with other Sims, maybe negative, maybe there is something behind why she has moved out. Oh no, she really doesn't know anything but anyone but her daughter, and her daughter knows Eric, which is pretty nice. They're going the same school in here, so I'm loving that. But yeah, here is their house in here. Looks really nice, looks really cool. I would love to live in here. And yeah, there isn't anything about, no milestones. So yeah, they are like the newbies in the town, and it will, but I think because they are like NPCs and they are like pre-made Sims, it will make more sense that even though they are like newbies in here. Oh, I didn't know that it's like third floor in here and there is like this penthouse or this terrace area. I'm loving this a lot, actually. Didn't really realize before that this is like a really cool build in here. But yeah, it will make more sense if there's a little bit more relationships in here, even though they just moved in here. And also, if they are like newbies in here and she has just started the business, why it's already like the 2-star business? So I don't know. But yeah, let's move to the last family. The last family here is the Urban House Sharers, and the info panel says, when Cannonball moved to Nordhaven, he first made his coin performing at the Rouge Note. So this old gentleman here is the Cannonball. Locals loved his music, and it wasn't long before he set own jazz lounge, alas. Ooh, oh no, it's not this one. I was hoping it was this one, but well, it wasn't. He was still a few coins short, a new opportunity to spend a little too much on postmodern art sculptures, but was now looking to save some simoleons for his adoptive kid Ollie. Oh cute, so the Crispin has adopted Ollie. Before long, all moved in together and have been splitting the bill since. Now yes, Crispin can sometimes be too pompous, and sure, Cannonball can't afford the lounge quite just yet. Oh, so the Cannonball is dreaming of the jazz lounge. Oh, I'm really loving that idea. But our dreamer has really found his groove in this new city, and as a man who's never had the chance to be a father, he's grown quite fond of having Ollie in his life. Wait, so let's go to the household. I'm really confused. Who's the father now? What is happening with this family? And why they moved together in there, and I don't know, that description was little, I don't know, interesting, I would say. There is happening fire right now, I just don't know where, I can't go anywhere right now, so I'll be right back. Now we are finally in here. So this is their house. I think this is the best house in my opinion. It looks really nice and I'm loving how high it is. So okay, so Cannonball is at work. He's the musician in here, and I think, okay, so the Crispin is the adopt father in here. That's cool. And Crispin is working at, oh nice, so he is painter in here, and Ollie is at high school. So here is the relationship panel right in here. So they are having good relationship, all of them, to each other. Oh, actually Cannonball is having a little, he isn't having good relationship to the Crispin. So this is interesting. Why is it like that? But what I think is interesting is that Crispin here is having a shady trade. So I think he's having some kind of shady business going on with his life that we don't know yet. And Ollie isn't having any background in here, which is kinda sad. There isn't any milestones. I wish they could use more milestones with the expansion pack, because they really tell stories in here and somehow make it more fleshed out, the expansion packs that we are having in here. But yeah, so basically no one in the town is having relationship towards each other, just the coffee bee makers. Why is this tree looking like that? Oh no. Okay, now it looks better. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I think it could be more fleshed out, the lore. There isn't so much lore in this town. The town is beautiful, the NPCs are fun, they are looking nice, but beside the coffee bean or the Loden coffee boon, why I always say coffee bean, it's coffee boon, only the Loden family is having some kind of drama with other NPCs who isn't at the town right now, which is really sad. Why isn't there like this candy shop, and why there isn't enemies in the town that would make more drama? But yeah, here is the tour. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to subscribe, leave the comments, and I see you in the next video. Bye!